In the name of Allah, hello everybody, welcome to our class today. I hope you are doing great as usual. As I said you yesterday, today we will have a discuss about the computer ports. This lesson is also important and interesting. I am 100% sure that you will enjoy from this lesson. Okay, let's start. A port is basically a physical docking point which is basically used to connect the external devices to the computer. Or we can say that a port acts as an interface between computer and the external devices. For example, we can connect hard drives, printers, mobile phone, projectors, and other devices to the computer with the help of ports. Some example of computer ports is shown in the figure, and I'm sure you are seeing that. Okay, let's go ahead. The next one is feature of computer port. What's the feature of computer port? The first one, we can connect external devices to computer with the help of ports and cables. The next one, these are basically slots on motherboard where we connect external devices or we can plug in external devices through cables. The next one, mouse, keyboard, printers, speakers are some of the examples of external devices that connect to the computer through ports. Okay, let's go ahead. Type of ports. Okay, the first one, serial port. Serial port, as you are seeing in the figure, is basically a serial communication interface through which information transforms one bit at a time. And it's one of the oldest type of the interface. The characteristic of serial ports is these are basically used for external modems. The next one, these are basically available in two versions in the market, and these are the 9-pin and the 25-pin model. Next one, data travels at a speed of 150 kilobits per second. Okay, let's go ahead. The next one, parallel ports. Parallel ports, as you are seeing in the figure, is basically a parallel communication interface through which information transforms multiple bits at a time. The characteristic of parallel ports are these are basically used to connect peripherals such as a scanner or printer. The next one, these are also known as printer port. Next, these are available in 25-pin model. The next one, data travels at a speed of 150 kilobits per second. Okay, students, let's go ahead. The next one is PS2 ports. Okay, these are basically 6-pin mini DIN connector used to connect keyboard, mouse to a PC compatible computer. P2 ports is shown in the figure, and I'm sure you are seeing. The first one is the mice or the mouse, and the next one is the keyboard connection. Okay, the characteristic of PS2 ports are the first one. These are basically used by all computer for connecting mouse or keyboard, but in the now newest computer they don't use. Okay, the next one, these are called a mouse port. These ports, the next one, these ports are still favored in the organization for security reasons. And the next one, these ports provide no restriction on key revolver. Okay, let's go ahead. The next one is USB or Universal Serial Bus. It's our friend. Okay, because Every computer, every new computer has the USB port. Okay, USB port, as you are seeing in the figure, is basically a standard cable connection interface between computer and external devices. USB is an industrial standard for short-distance digital data communication. The characteristic of USB is basically it can connect all type of external devices to the computer, such as mouse, keyboard, printer, speaker, and in these days there are headphones that you can connect with USB. These ports were introduced in the 1997. Minimum 2 ports are there in every computer system. Data basically travels at a speed of 14 MB per second, which is much faster than serial port. The devices that use USB ports gets power from a USB power. Okay, or USB port, I'm sorry. And here is a table, and this table shows data transfer rates of typically USB ports. The first one. This column shows USB version, and this column shows the year, and this shows the speed of the USB. Okay. The first version, USB version 1.0, introduced in the 1996, and the speed was 1.5 and 12 bit per second. Next generation was USB 1.1 generation, introduced in the 1998, and the speed was 1.5 and 12 MB bit per second, no MB. Okay. The next one was USB 2 generation, and that named high speed, and introduced in the 2000, and its speed was 480 bit per second. And the next generation was USB 3, and that named super speed, and introduced it in the 2008, and that speed was 4800 bit per second. Okay, students, let's go ahead. Do you know this port? This port is very common, but in the laptop they aren't, but they are in the desktop. Okay. VGA or Video Graphic Area Port. The characteristic of VGA ports are VGA, as you are seeing in the figure, connectors stands for Video Graphic Area Connectors. These are basically 15-pin connectors available in many video card, computer, projector, and etc. It's used to connect monitor to computer's video card. Next, it's 15-pin connector. Next, these were introduced by IBM in the 1987. Next one, VGA basically utilizes analog signal, hence it can only be used to lower resolution, or we can say VGA is only capable of lowering the resolution. Okay, students, that we studied, these are some of the common ports available in the computer system. Except this, there are many more ports available in the computer that we studied in the computer fundamental book relative to the first semester. If you want to take information about other type of ports, please take a book from your friends from first semester and read it. Okay, students, let's go ahead. Okay, it was our lesson today. Please pay attention to your homework. Okay, the first question of your homework is research about the software port and hardware port. There are two kind of ports, hardware port and software port. The software port, you will study them in the network basic or the network box related to the network. Please take information about them and share with me, and the hardware port also. Okay, the next question is how we can connect VGA cable in the USB ports. For example, you have a projector, but you want to connect the projector with your laptop, but in a lot of laptops doesn't have a VGA ports. But how you can connect the VGA cable with its USB port? But there's a device that name is changer, but please research about that. Okay, the next question of your homework is research about the serial ports and parallel ports, the usage of them and the characteristics of them. Okay, students, in the next lesson we will have a discuss about the installing and expansion cards. It was our lesson today. Have a good time. Good luck. Thank you for your watching.